what is always a concern with a tree that's a fresh blowdown and the roots are still attached is the tree wanting to stand up. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not.
No, but now that makes sense because
it's the existing roots want to spring back. The other thing is, in this case, it's not going to be an issue, but there's also what I would call crown decompression. You know, the trees come down and it's got the rest of the stem attached to it. And when you start to separate it, you think the stem's going to go down, but it lifts up because all of the branches underneath want to lift it up because they still have spring tension in them. Okay. So that will drive sometimes how I do things. So we do one here, probably one here, and probably one here. You cut these branches?
Yes.
Okay. So my comment to you is, if you ever cut branches again, because ultimately we're going to roll this log, is if you can cut them flush.
Okay.
I'm going to limb that. In other words, with the small saw before I start, I'll cut all those off because eventually this is going to end up on the ground and we're going to want to roll it someplace. Okay. So all of those impede that process. Okay. So anyway, so I'm going to do what's called a square cut. And what a square cut is I'm going to come, I'm standing here, which is the off side, meaning it's the downhill side. So it's rare you cut from the downhill side, but I'm doing this for explanation in that I'm going to take the bar and I'm going to come over and I'm going to get the saw vertical. I'm going to cut this bottom corner. I'm then going to come over the top of the tree with the saw. I'm going to come down and I'm going to do a plunge cut into the bottom of the tree and I'm going to come out the bottom. Okay, and what I'm doing is basically I'm leaving a square. Square is relative, okay? But I'm leaving a tab of wood in the center. And by doing that 3 times here, I can then watch the kerf is the actual cut, and see what the tree wants to do. So I believe that this tree is a cantilever. It is a cantilever from actually almost right here, but there's some branches. And so because it's a cantilever, this side might actually want to lift up.
Okay.
This side may want to roll over. I don't think that's going to happen a lot in this particular case, but again, I feel like it's my responsibility to say to you, here's what we may expect.
Okay.
Some of that will happen, some of it I will be totally wrong. Okay. Your, again, job is to obviously watch for trail traffic. The other thing is that if you see something, my face shield isn't down by way of example, it's okay to say, hey, face shield. Okay. If you see something happening, you have a question, you're not sure, get my attention. The other thing is I don't want you to stand, if at all possible, ever in front of the bar. So if I'm cutting here, like if I was going to cut here, you're okay there, but I wouldn't want you standing right in line. Okay. So I would ask you that if I see it, I'll sort of motion for you to move over just to get out of the way. Again, that's all just about safety.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Definitely learning.
So you probably can't tell, you may have heard the saw bind a little bit because this is actually starting to lift. So when I was coming out the bottom, I could feel the tree actually squeezing on the bar a little bit. how that kerf is widened?
Oh yeah. So
You see that?
It's separate.
Okay. Versus this is narrow.
Let's push it in.
That's lifted. That's starting to go that way. So that's severed. It lifted a little bit, not a lot.
So you do that so there's no, I guess, no sharp edges that people run into, or?
I do it because when you come back here in a year, you almost won't know that tree's cut.
Really?
It just, the way it ends up blending in, it's not as sharp. You know, flat surfaces like that are very unnatural.
Yeah, right.
And it's kind of homage to the tree.
Yeah.
So actually, if you help me, we might actually be able to get this to go up a little more.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Look at that.
Better out, it's more out of the trail.
Awesome.
Oh.
We just, well, I can't do that, but if
What I gotta do is I've gotta sever this tree up here to get it to drop so then we can get it off the trail. Okay, so that's the plan. We don't have any other overhead hazards. This tree, obviously, we're not gonna be touching, have to do nothing to it. Shouldn't be an issue at all, and that anything we're doing shouldn't be a problem. Part of the reason why I really wanna be on the other side anyway, because just in case, if this tree wanted to move, last thing I wanna be doing is standing here where I get pushed down. Okay, make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll cut the small piece there. The root ball most likely is gonna tumble down. We'll have to deal with it. Then once this is down lower, I can come down. We'll do 2 or 3 cuts, whatever it takes, so we can get it off the trail. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So when I get over there, if I could get you to just take the scabbard off the saw and hand me the saw and also my gloves. Like I said, once I'm over there. So, got it. And gloves. Thank you. Ready? you. Move them four over here. Damn. Problem is the tree rotated.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Well,
Should I push it on it? Or?
no. So this is the beauty of what I did. It's why I stopped and did this. Because now all I gotta do is come back with a small saw. I can sever this and this will become free. So don't go under the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Go around for me. Thank you. And if I could just get you to hold that. We shall see what happens with this one. I'll do another cut here. That way, then we can roll this out of here, and I have an escape route. And then we will go from there. Ready?
Ready.
if you look in here, you look in here and look in here, you can see there's still a tab of wood in there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what that's all about. That's allowing me to not sever it yet, have the control, see what's going on with the tree, and then say, okay, am I going to do it here? Am I going to do it here? Or I'm going to do it there? I'm going to sever it here. And I'm severing it here so that if the root ball stands up, it doesn't take this with it, so it doesn't end up in the air. Plus, this is a lot more weight by severing it here. If it's going to stand up, I'm giving it the ability to without having a lot of extra weight. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to do a couple of cuts that will help these two go by one another. Yeah, if you can't do it, you can't do it. I just thought it might be... It's going to probably straighten up anyway, but...